Alright, hello and good morning my fellow trucketeers. How the devil is everyone? We are doing a little POV drive. So it's currently Monday, the 6th of June. No, 3rd of June. I'm getting ahead of myself, it's because it's the 6th month. We're on the 3rd of June and we're just leaving the yard and we're going to drive out towards Honiton onto the A30. So this is one of the other ways to get from our yard to a main road or main road to our yard, etc, etc. So, I mean, we are on the A35, so, I mean, it's a main road in itself, isn't it? So, right. So, we're going to make our way out. Oh, if we can see out on the yard. I'm just going to pull edge out in front of this guy. Oh, my wires are falling out. You want to let us out? That guy's going to let us out. Thank you. Superb. That van driver might not have been too happy about me blocking the road then, but you got to do what you got to do to get out that yard sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. So, yes, we are currently very heavy. We're overweight. We're 49 ton. I mean, the truck weighs 43 ton, but you know, I ate very, very well this weekend. It is what it is. Nah, we collected these blocks on Friday. We weighed out at 43 tons, so we are quite heavy. So it's first thing on a Monday morning, the truck's got to do a nice climb up Chard Hill, which is not too bad when it's dry, but when it gets a bit wet, it can get a bit slippery towards the top of the hill. So sometimes it's better to put it in manual mode and make sure you're already in like 5th gear. We're not going to be doing much more than like 15 mile an hour up here. We're already down to 16 mile an hour at the moment. We'll get on. We got up the hill. I'll say it'd be better when these roadworks are done, because there'll be another lane there for all these people behind to overtake me, because I do creep up here. So van driver's going to be even more annoyed at me now. Ah well, here's what it is. Down to 6th gear now. Down to 11 mile an hour. It is a bit of a climb up here in the mornings, especially when you're near enough fully weighted. So yeah, we're going to be doing like a see it, say it sort of video. I'll do this as a short form video, so this will come out separately to the main vlogs. I'll try not to do any POVs for the main vlogs now. I'll just keep them to short form videos like this. Oh, we need the 5th gear. We need 5th gear. We're down to 9 mile an hour. Oh. Up to 10. 11. We're getting faster. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, so my water temperature's shot right up now. So the engine's heated up quite well up there. Yeah, that hill's quite brutal on our trucks first thing in the morning. Don't matter, not too bad when you're quite light and you're going the other way. Coming this way heavy, yeah, it's a bit of a thing to put your trucks through first thing. That's why we like to warm them up a little bit in the yard before we leave, gives them half a chance. Right, so because of these roadworks, this is still a 30 limit. Up to 22 mile an hour now. Now we're flying. We'll change up gear in a second. In fact, I'm going to do it manually. There we go. There may be a bit of sneeze in this video because my hay fever has started. Started very, very late this year. Normally my hay fever kicks in sort of middle of May, start of May, middle of May, sometimes end of April. But because it's been very, very wet this year, it hasn't been that bad. But yeah, literally Saturday, because I run in on Saturday morning, it was pre-arranged. My boss sort of said he had 2 Saturday jobs going. I was like, okay. I said, well, I can't do the one that runs to London because that means running out Saturday, and I've got a friend coming over doing some electrics for us. He said the other one is a drop in Huddersfield late Friday, so it will be a Saturday running. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So he bought a trailer out to me, or got someone to bring a trailer out to me, and then trailer swapped, and I headed up to Huddersfield, got a load off, collected these blocks, and then headed south as far as I can. Got as far as Clevedon, worked 2 hours Saturday, straight home for 10 o'clock or half 10. So yeah, not too bad a day. Don't know where I was going with this. Yeah, but I was alright Saturday morning, and then doing a bit of work and that in the garden, and that got to about halfway through a day, and yeah, I started sneezing a lot, itchy eyes, the works. So yeah, Saturday was pretty rough. So yesterday was a bit better. Today we'll see. We will see. Normally it's the first day after rain, or the first day with no rain, if you know what I mean. So say like the first day of rain normally kicks up a load of pollen, so that makes my hay fever bad. And then like the first couple of hot days after rain, where everything starts going nuts with pollination, I usually find that really bad as well. Never used to have it as a kid. Turned 16, left school, started work, started getting hay fever. Alright, so I can take it nice and steady through these roads. I know it's 50 mile an hour along here for me, 60 for cars. But you don't do that much around some of these windy roads when fully weighted. It's not too bad now, you can open it up a little bit more because the corners ain't quite as tight now. But we won't use the throttle, we'll just let the weight of the vehicle do the work. If anything, we'll put the engine brake on now. I'll let that hold us back. So anything about coming this way is there's a lot of hills to go up and down. So obviously the downhills ain't too bad when you're weighted, because it pushes you down the hill, so you use less fuel, but then you use a hell of a lot more fuel going up the hills. And we got the sun right in our mirrors as well, so we got that to contend with. So we got on a bit of grass here, so this now makes it dual carriageway. But there's also a turning halfway through, so you've got to be mindful of that. Now we're back to single carriageway. Oh, slow down a bit, we're over speeding a bit there. Hang on the brakes. Turn that straight off. We don't want that buzzing all the way. It's lovely this time of day coming along here, because last week was half term. Absolute nightmare along here after like 10 o'clock. Absolutely manic. Right, getting a crawl up the hill now, so there's going to be vehicles wanting to overtake us. We are going to be going slower. We'll turn eco mode off so it changes down gear sooner. That'll keep our speed up a little bit more. Down to 30. Then we got a roundabout at the top here. Chances are on this roundabout you can near enough almost go straight away, because most of the traffic will be heading this way. He's going to be doing some overtaking. That guy's completely allowed to do that as well, because he's got broken white lines on his side. So be mindful that cars can come around this way, and they also cut the lines on the roundabout there, so just got to watch, make sure they are actually going down that way, which 9 times out of 10 they do. Just got to be careful for the ones that don't and don't indicate. nice and steady around these corners, and we'll get the climb on up this hill now. Ooh, maybe 7th gear truck. There we go. She gets worked hard on a Monday morning heading this way. To 19 mile an hour. I hope the camera view is alright for you. I have put it on wide view, so hopefully you'll see a little bit more. Also in 4K, so enjoy that. I'll have fun editing it. See if my laptop can cope with 4K footage. Doubt it. Luckily, POV videos are very, very easy to edit. Top and tail, the first and then last clip. Stick them all together and away you go. Unless you're cutting stuff out, but generally with a POV drive, I'll film the whole drive. It won't just be bits and pieces. So we've just gone past sort of Lyme Regis area, and now we're sort of heading out towards Axminster and all that fun stuff. Couple of turn-ins coming up, so just be mindful of people wanting to get in and out of where they're going. Got a nice little dual carriageway coming up as well, so you can have people wanting to overtake us, which is fine. And we can get up to 56 mile an hour. Lovely. Ooh, a bit bumpy there. And another hill to climb up. This one's not quite so bad. You have a nice little bit of speed off the dual carriageway to keep you going up the hill for a little bit. It's usually about a half-hour journey out to the A30 from here, from the yard, so be about a half-hour-ish video. Little car got stuck behind us up this hill. There we go, there's the Devon border. So you can see how close our Dorset yard is to Devon. We're literally like 14 minutes in a truck to get here. Probably about 10 minutes in a car without the hills. Because obviously I go really slow up the hills. Into a 40 limit. There's a lot of tight little turns coming out onto this main road here. So we got to watch out for cars that'll be emerging that can't see as well as they probably should do. I mean, not too much excuse in the car, you can see out of a car a lot better than you can a van or a truck, but yeah. It's like one of the turn-ins up here, this one here I think. You're coming out at like a quite a tight angle. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Might be one of the ones back further there actually that I missed. Or is it this one? No, yeah, it's this one. Yeah, they come out a bit of an angle, so it could be a bit more difficult for them to see you. Down the line Regis there. So back at that roundabout I went over, you can get the line Regis from there, and then from that turning, this turning, I think there's one further down you can get to it as well. Right, start a bit of a descent now down a big hill, so we've got to keep the engine brake on, keep our speed down if we can. So just going past Axminster now. So that's normally the way I'll go if I'm heading up onto the M5 or something, heading north. There's a sign there saying we got turn vehicles reduce speed now, 7% decline. So relatively steep. You will get carried quite fast down there if you're not careful. You're on camera, buddy. The tractor flashing me. Didn't get a chance to clean my truck over the weekend because I finished on Saturday, so yeah, it's been neglected since Devon truck show. It's not been washed because last Friday I finished quite late and then I was off to Andover, so it was a case of grabbing my stuff out of the truck, jump in the car, go home, get what I need from home quickly, straight in the car, straight to Andover, which we arrived there at like 10 o'clock. So long day of driving. But hey. So washing the truck was not a priority that weekend, and neither was last weekend because I finished Saturday and I had stuff to do at home. Alright, let's take the engine brake off and start applying a bit of power, keep the speed up. Lovely part of the country, this. Again, sorry for the sniffles. Not a lot I can do about that. I could blow my nose, but I'll be doing it again in about 5 seconds. Going for Kilmington now. This is like the closest garage to our yard that we can fill up from. And we're restricted to 4 point something meters, 4.4? Yeah, 4.4, so most of our trailers will fit in there. Going the other way, the garage at Corfmullen's the closest, going the other direction. Or if we're heading north up the M5, the closest one there would be Sedgemoor, northbound. Bit of a climb again. You're down to 31 that time. Not too bad. Got a whole bunch of turn-ins coming up now, especially for some caravan parks and that this time of year. I'll keep an eye out for holiday makers emerging from turn-ins with caravans. Sometimes I think they can pull away as quickly as they can without a caravan and then realise, oh, I'm heavier and slower now. Nah, not always the case, but yeah. Luckily, I said this time in the morning's not too bad along here. Give it a couple of hours, it will get a lot busier, especially like around 10 o'clock when it's like campsite kicking out time. But that's more of a concern on a Friday than a Monday. Cows, bunch of cows all enjoying their Monday morning. It'd be a great life being a cow, wouldn't it? Just sit there in a field chewing grass, mooing at each other. Not a lot to really worry about. I mean, it might get killed and turned into burgers, but you know, needs must. The views are much more impressive going this way than they are heading the other way. Not that they're rubbish going the other way, they're just a little bit better going this way. Especially when it's clear like today. You can see for miles. But the camera won't let you see that because cameras aren't as good as eyes. Eyes are much better. Oh, broken down van. Mindful of that. People coming up and overtaking him. But no one's coming, we're okay. Hill's taking us along a little bit, we'll just back her off a little bit more. There we go. Cal's found something interesting in the field there. Right, approaching the 40 limit, so we'll back her off. Into Wilmington. It's a little bit snug through this village, not too bad, but it just gets a little bit, if there's two trucks meet each other through a little bit as you start going up a hill, it can get a bit tight through it, but yeah, you might knock each other's mirrors or something, but just gotta be careful. That goes from a 40 limit into a 30 limit in a second. Again, there's loads of roads for vehicles to emerge from, as well as driveways. This road was shut the other week, so it looks like it's open again. So as you're coming through, you've got to be mindful of his roof. So you've got to sort of come over the white line a little bit to get around him. Same with this roof, is it? Like I said, it gets a little bit snug, but it's not too bad. As long as the vehicle coming the other way is paying attention as well. Because in a large vehicle, or well, I think it goes for any vehicle, vehicles going uphill have right of way over vehicles coming downhill. If, obviously, able to do so. That's sort of how the highway code states it. Give way to vehicles coming uphill if available to do so, or something like that is written. So in other words, if it's not safe to stop, don't. But, or if you're already out past the whole row of vehicles and there's someone coming uphill and you've already pulled out past the parked vehicles, it's like, well, you're already in the way, so you might as well continue on because it is now your right of way. But yeah, almost at Honiton now. Got like another little climb up a few hills and that, and then we're pretty much heading down into Honiton then. reckon you could have gone 7 fuels. You would have been alright by the time I got to you. Depends how heavy he is as well, I suppose. If he was empty, he would have definitely got out before me. Down to 20 mile an hour again. Got a bit of a queue of traffic behind us. They'll be glad when I'm out of the way, I'm sure of it. Why don't I move over and let them by? Well, unfortunately I'm restricted to times of driving and stuff, so I can't be wasting my time letting people go by all the time. So they've got all the time in the world to drive, so they can sit there behind me. I mean, yeah, it's like, oh, it only cost you a minute. It's like, yeah, it'll probably take over an extra minute of driving by the time I pulled into a lay-by and then got going again. It'll probably waste me 2 minutes of driving. The amount of times I've gone over my driving time by maybe a minute here and there, wow, I could probably count on my hands how many times I've done it, gone over by a minute. But it's like, just little things like pulling into a lay-by and then get going again. That's enough to waste you a minute. So, you know, I could have not had an infringement had I not had to stop for something at some point. But it is what it is. HGV driving is a lot of time management, and sometimes no matter how well you manage it, it still goes wrong sometimes. But it is what it is. Alright, at the top of the hill now. Oh, these guys are going to start laying out cones now, so I'm glad I'm coming past here now. There's going to be some roadworks going on up here then, I guess. Joyful. Seems to be a lot of roadworks at the moment, especially on the old motorways, because they realise that smart motorways are rubbish and they're starting to put in new refuge areas, you know, for people to pull into when they break down. And they've decided to do a lot of the motorways all at the very same time, all during summer. So, yay! Thanks for clogging up the motorway network at the wrong times. Couldn't have waited until winter to do all these works. I don't know. I'm going to guess the person that manages all these motorway works and that doesn't drive a great deal, because otherwise he'd understand. Get some lovely views at the top of this hill as well. Obviously looking over Honiton. Very pretty. So, starting our descent now, so we're gonna start the engine brake off to hold us back a little bit. Like I said before, the lower the gear you're in, the better the engine brake works. So the engine brake will work better in 7th gear than it will in 10th gear. I've got this car right up my backside. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. He's not going to be able to bully me. If I carry on going fast around these corners, I'll be on my side. I don't fancy doing that. It sounds painful. And we're coming into a 30 limit now as well. There's Archie's castle at the top of the hill. Ballamori joke there if you don't remember. I know, sad I know that, but oh well. Try and keep our speed down to under 30 now. Using the engine brake as well as the foot brake to hold us back. Then we got a nice tight little roundabout at the bottom here. The majority of people do sort of head up this way, but quite a few do head off into the town, so you've got to be watching for people sort of going where they want to go, like you would do on a roundabout. Nicely done. Now we got the sun on our face. Down a little bit. And then we're nearly done here. Put that back up again. Alright. And then we'll get our speed up to join the A30. Get as much speed as we can along this little slip road before we pull out. There's no one coming, so we're all good. Alright, that's it, we're done. I think I have now covered all routes that go to and from our yard. All 4 major routes that we use. So obviously one coming from Southampton on the A31 and A35, and then another one coming down through Truckin and Bedminster and all that to get to Bridport, another one coming down through Chard and Axminster to get to our yard, and then now the A35 from Honiton. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. It's entirely up to you. The more you like the video, the better it'll do. Also, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. It doesn't cost nothing, and you'll get to see more of this fantastic this fantastic content that comes out randomly anytime during the week. Also, share my video with someone you think might like it, and leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see more of these. Sometimes it's difficult to try and figure out a short route that I'll be doing to do this sort of stuff on, but I'll be able to do a few more here and there at some point. Anyway, take it easy, look after yourselves, drive safely. Thanks for trucking around with Jono, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.